Welcome back to City Skylines in the city of Damascus. And today we'll have a little bit of a different style in this episode because, well, we're in a place where there are a few gaps and those gaps need some work. And that's exactly what I will do today. But there were some things that happened in between episodes. Damascus City was still alive in between episodes. Would you wonder that? But what I want to do is walk you through some of the changes that I've done in between episodes. It's nothing too much, so don't worry, you didn't miss quite a lot. And there is a reason for that. So one thing that I've noticed is that traffic in this area was increasing quite a lot. So the reason why was that we had just this train station that was responsible to bring all the cargo for all this area and for that area. And in some cases, this was even exporting through the highway over there. So I was like, too many trucks going through here. And obviously this was causing like a lot of traffic in here. By the way, we should start there. Traffic, 84%. It goes from 84 to 85. I'm quite happy with that. We have some red areas, but nothing major. But then, in seeing that, what I've done, I've added this extra road in here, this extra station over there that goes in here and merges back in there. So this actually gives another place for cargo trains to come in, or even cargo trucks, and actually serve this area. And as we grow this will be busier and busier. So I think that was a good idea. It helped a little bit, not a lot. There was a lot of trucks coming into the downtown because like this is extremely populated area. If you look at this, we have 39,000 people living in here, and this will still grow. So it made sense to add another one. So what I've done, I've added one in here to see if it would have any effect. And I also added a bypass over here because we do have some passenger trains coming through here that they don't need to stop over there. So done that. This gets used, but not as much as I would like. Still a lot of trucks coming in here. And at the same time, it still has this one place, well, although we have like this area here, but most of the trucks would like to come through here and get into the highway because sometimes they'll go into the highway, sometimes it's faster to just cross this area, and it didn't help as much as I would have thought. So then my last thought was, well, if we need something that's closer to here and I want to get in using more of this area, why don't we add another station to here? I could have removed this one, but I think it looks cool, so I just left in there just because it looks cool. And I've added one in here that become quite busy, and traffic is doing actually quite well in this area. So as you can see, a lot of trucks coming in here. Some of the trucks get on this highway, some of these trucks just get into this area or go into here, and this is working quite well. Removed all the bottleneck that this roundabout was, and everything is moving a lot better. And those are the only change that I've done really. I just extended the zoning in here, the suburb, because some buildings weren't being serviced by the fire station and police because they were outside of the suburb. So that is fixed. And yeah, I didn't make any changes in the public transportation, but I've kept a close eye on that. And I'm very happy to say that our metro is making quite a lot of money, especially Metro Line 3. Metro Line 3 is this one, yeah, the one that connects the university to downtown and to this area over here. This is extremely busy. This is making quite a lot of money. And if you look at usage, doing pretty well. Can't complain about anything in there. Trains are a little bit better. Okay-ish. These lines sometimes make money, sometimes it doesn't. Buses are not making money at all. Some of them are pretty long, and this is one of the reasons why it's not making as much money as it could. So those will be replaced by or metro lines or train lines in the future. But yeah, this won't be for now. Now, those are the changes. Those are the main things that happen in between episodes. And I have a few things that I want to do in here. And starting with this area. Although it's always good to have these nice green corridors in here, I think realistically on a downtown area we wouldn't have these trees over here. We do have zoning in there, and we would have or offices or commercial in there. And I want to change it for offices in both sides. I think this will look good in just like next to the train lines in there, and that would make a little bit more sense for me. So I'll go ahead and I'll start doing that. And yes, I'll bring you along with me on those changes, because I think from time to time it makes sense for us to be together in here and do these things while you're here. I might just move these closer to the... We already have trees in there, but I would like to move some over there and remove a couple from here. So then we'll look back in here and see how that looks like when this grows. But I think this will make these two areas connect together, because at the moment it looks like this is one thing, this is another. Although they are in theory two different suburbs, they should feel like they are kind of sprawling from the downtown into this area. The area where we have to break through is potentially in here on this big junction. Everything else should feel a lot closer together and all high density steel. This will give them more jobs, and we're complaining there. You are outside of the pedestrian area, fair enough. Oh, that's just for a very tiny bit to resolve that problem there. And yeah, in here I'll still keep it, although we might do something about this area. I still want to fill this area in the middle, but I'll move away from there, and I want to come to some of the older areas in here. And I want these to be a little bit better. And they're complaining about something here. What's up? Low land value. Really? So let's see how this is all looking in here. You actually have good land value, but I don't think we have any parks or anything in here other than the, well, all the park around you. But I think we could benefit from something like a... oh, we don't have a park in there. We have service. We have a police station that's a bit far from there. I might do one in here to help them out. I also want to make sure that we don't miss the zoning in there. Yep, we are good. In terms of fireplace, we don't have anything in this area. That starts to show... Oh, that's not fireplace. This is actually fire preservatories. Why I'm saying fireplace? That's health. Have that one in there. Do we have a fire station? We have one over here. Seems like they're craving for something around here. Might do these just there. Make them happy. And we have some space in here to do something else. We don't have schools in this area. That might be something that will help us. A normal elementary school would cost us 128 per week. Then we have a... Oh, now for me to remember the name. This one, community school. That's a lot more expensive. Maybe we stick with that one. And add it to the end over there. That might be enough. I know that the cap... Yeah, let me change this. Now this is wrong. Let's do things properly in there. I will keep it in here. Those trees can stay there. That's fine. And they are already all leveling up, which means that you'll probably stop complaining about a lot of these things. Now this should... Oh, what's the suburb in here? This is the water ends. So water ends and Waterview would be the suburbs that will use this. I will also come in here and change this. Let's use the New York City car in there. And let's restrict that to water ends and Waterview. There we go. I'll do the same thing for our observatory. Otherwise, this will go to all the other side of the map, and they won't actually collect that just in this area. So that's why I actually do that. Let's use this one. And the school doesn't need to change, and this should be all right there. Stop complaining about the land value in there. There we go. This is starting to go up. So that's all we needed in there. Maybe we can take a look at that later on and see what happens. Now we have plenty of space in here, and I think that'll be potentially the same thing that we did on the downtown, but obviously with low density. I want some buildings at the front here. On this side would be, I think from there I would do offices, and over here I would do more commercial. We do have demand, so I won't bother about that. And on this side there'll be plenty of office, and over here I might do one group of office buildings, of commercial buildings I should say, and on this corner as well. Here we might do some more offices, and maybe even next to that park over there. Or maybe I could keep this clean and add a walkway in here connecting this area to this area. That might be actually a good idea. Let's go into this mode and add that in there. And I'll do one for both, like bikes and pedestrians. Will go from hopefully the middle here, if it lets me. Not that you want to let me, so no, there we go. Got it. Yes, perfect. Then we can go, yeah, we can just follow the train line here. Don't need to do much. Maybe we do a connection over there as well. And I think what I'll do, something like this. Maybe we just remove all the connections in there and connect where we actually want to do it. Bring that back. Get a straight line and we do it. Okay, let's disconnect everything again. And I want it just next to this building. It won't let me do it. So what I'll do it in here. Grab the node in there. and we move this where we want. There we go. Have a tree in the middle there, so we move that away. Fantastic. And in this area, I think we could add some more houses to this space. I don't see why not. Maybe we do a small commerce in there, and this will grow a little bit. And then everything behind it, we do some decoration in there. I think I'll do a quick time lapse in here because I want to add some details, some fences and some trees around here, and I think that'll be a little bit easier for you to follow through that. So yeah, let's do it, and I'll be right back. Alright, this area now is done, and I think it's looking a lot better as well, especially if we get closer to it. What I've used in here, I used these nice sound barriers. So let me show you what that actually is. It's this asset, standard sound barrier. So it has like some decorative stampede tiles, so you can find that in the workshop, and or take a look at the asset list in the description of the video. And if I stop hitting my microphone, that would help as well. But so we've used that, and I think that looks quite nice along here, especially where you have like the station and all these buildings very close to the line. And this makes more sense to me, to be honest, to have some sort of protection. There is some zoning waiting for buildings to grow in here, and in here as well. Added a new row of houses in here because as soon as I've added more commercial and offices in here, the demand for residential has gone up, and we are now needing more people to work in this area. So yeah, that'll be the challenge, but I think we'll balance things out along the way, and we'll get there. But then it has a look of a more finished area in here. I don't want to build at the back here. I think these will stay like that, the way it is. The same over here. I think this is mostly finished. Just if you want to increase the quarry over here, we can work on that. But for now, I think we are good. I might then later join these roads over the top or under the ground over here in a small tunnel and finish filling this up. I think that'll be something that I will do, but that definitely will happen as we need it, as we're doing other things. We come in here and do that as well. Now on this side, let's see how this is looking. Some people are asking for some better zoning in the area. Let's give it to them. Make sure that they have what they need in there. There we go. Everyone's happy. And now when the train comes through here, we have all of that. And that definitely needs a fence in there. Look at this and we might need that. So maybe I'll show you how I do it. Select the fence, go into the network mode tool, get the create parallel mode, and just select the start and finish. For that, I want to get this one, but that'll be quite challenging for me to do. There we go. And I'll press return. I'll press tab, so we go on the other side, press return again, and then we can go in there and just change the nodes there manually. And just trying to look where that is. That's a pretty challenging place to actually get that. I'll move that to the side, like so. So this doesn't actually go into the tracks. And on the other side, I'll do the same. So grab this one over here, move it over there. And this is a little bit more challenging. I think I'll do, to be honest, this is good enough. Maybe I'll grab this and move it to the side. We'll clip over there, but that's a wall anyway, so I'm not too worried about this. And now we do have this nice little passage that's protected until they actually get in the tunnel in there. Nice. All right, and we have one empty space in here. No buildings have been growing there, so that's all right. But this area looks, for me, it looks a lot better. And it now creates that connection between both sides in here as well. Okay, we do have that. And now I have to think if that is enough or if we can move away from here and leave it be. What I would love to do in this area is to add more offices, but we have really no demand for that. And that might be a challenge. What I could do instead is just make sure that everything is ready for when we do have that demand, and we take it from there. And what I'm thinking is that we might give it a road in here. Whenever building against this road over there, so I may disable zoning in here. Like, let's select this one, do disable zoning and remove that from there. Then we remove that and bring the road back, so I have a better idea on what we can do here. I might leave like a row of trees over there as well, but what I'm trying to do is basically align this with that, at the same time connect it in here. I'll have to make a slight change in here. Remove this. This is wrong. This is where we need to go. Things like, yeah, it's 9 degrees. That's fine. And then move this ramp a little bit further back there. There. And then they still have like this road over here. They can still go in there, and we can create something in here that looks slightly better as well. I want to keep these open just in case we need to add more serfs, although this won't grow much more, so I don't know if we really need that, but for now we will have that. This one we go a little bit further back. What I'm thinking is that we go like somewhere around here, and that we follow the highway over here. Something like this, I would say. Pretty good line there. And maybe even like remove these bits so we have more zoning in here. This wouldn't work underneath there. And I actually need to raise this a little bit. This is so low. Maybe let me do this. I'll actually grab this and this, move that back or down slightly, and that's more than enough there. But that means that we can't actually get a road underneath here, which is okay. We can like write this area off and just add some trees in there. I am fine with this. Might just go all the way here and make. I would really love to have a road in here, just so we have like a nice pedestrian connection in there as well. And then in the middle here, well, that's like, it's no secret, this area, we can make it a better grid in here. And if we want to, or we can leave this open, or maybe we keep that the way it is and add an extra road in the middle there. I would be honest, I would be okay with this. I'll be okay with this, to be honest. Is this under any zoning? No, just the pedestrian. Oh, it is under the downtown zoning in here. All right, I can expand that. Just make sure that all this area has access to services. There you go. This would be good enough. I'll leave this open. Bit of traffic in there. So I don't want anything that causes traffic in here. And that means basically a lot of offices in this area, which is all right. I know that we don't have enough people for that yet, but that actually works in this area. And well, from here, what I'll do some, add some trees around, make sure that we have all the rest of this area covered and protected, and I'll be right back with you. And I think it would do it. This is exactly what I wanted in here. Obviously, we need to wait this to properly grow up and fill all the gaps in there. We have a few gaps here and there, but we've done some detailing at the back here, put a fence around all of this area so it's a little bit safer, and we fill these gaps. This I'll leave for potentially a service building. I think that'll be what I'll use this for. Maybe something that doesn't have like a high traffic capacity. Maybe we use like some of the disasters buildings, like for example, let me take a look at this. If you look in here, we have the disaster response unit, but I think it's too big for that. Yeah, we have some of the shelters in here that I don't know if we need that right now, but that'll be helpful. We have the weather radar, and these might be too big for the helicopters over there. We may do another helicopter because they've been really busy, like 3 out of 3 and 2 out of 3. So we might do that as well. There are options for this, and you know what? I will actually get another one of those in here. I think that will make sense. This will complete this area, make me happier, and hopefully that make you happy as well, because this is something that we been meaning to do in a long time, and I want to make sure that we have something meaningful in here for all this area. This is quite busy, and these services, they will go around quite a lot, so that will help us. I've also dotted some residential buildings because demand for residential has gone crazy, and well, we need that. So we have 2 buildings in here that are residential, another one in here. Some buildings being abandoned because we don't have enough people working there, but that's fine. I've done more commercial in here. As you can see, they're not happy. Added the statue of shopping as well, and added more residential at the back here. So on top of that, over here, I've added, where is that now? Over here. These high schools are in pretty high demand actually. we could even do a little bit more. Like, elementary school is almost on yellow, high school is almost there as well. University is back on red. So it's good stuff for our university because if you look at the what is that over here, we are making quite a lot of money in there. Attendance is quite a lot. We still have like more capacity. It's just a matter of getting more people around here. And as we increase the city and expand our public transportation, this will naturally happen. I've also added a few more buildings, some offices and some commercial. As you can see, I've added a lot of working place and not enough residential. So although I've added residential around here as well, but those houses, like, they don't provide many people. It's the high density that will actually help us out. So we may expand this a little bit. That might be one option there, but that'll be done in another episode. Now, plans for what happens next. I think the next step for us is to start on more amusement park around this area and our residential area over here. I think with the demand that we have at the moment, that'll be the smarter thing to do. And oh, I like that this is actually connecting things, and when we build on the other side, this will feel like more integrated. Yes, did the right thing there. So yeah, then we are working on the amusement park and on the residential area. And after that, we might take a look at the airport because I feel like we might benefit from that. In some areas, we'll have the standard airports, and what I was thinking is to have some sort of this one, where is the cargo airport? Especially like in the farm fields, it doesn't make sense to build a whole airport for that. And this area is quite empty, to be honest. And we could have this somewhere around here, like just next to the service buildings over there. That would be actually cool. Or maybe along the highway in here. You know what? Give me 1 second. I have an idea for this and I'll be right back. And there we go. We now have our first cargo airports, like just a small one. I love that the landing, the runway is just next to the train line. Might be a little bit too close. I'll keep an eye on it when we start having like planes, cargo planes in here, if ever we have that. But I'll keep an eye on it and I'll move it if they are clipping each other. But I just love it in here. This is so remote, and a small cargo airport like this one, for me, makes a lot of sense in this area. Because if you look at where we are in the map here, we are quite far from everything, and that's certainly something that will help in the long run. I think this is the first step for us to get things in the right way. Won't do a full airport on the next episode yet. I think we still have a few steps along the way, but this is the first step for us to remember and think about that, because this will be very important. And we might have other smaller cargo airports around the city as well, because again, we have very far away place like the ore industry from this is just like completely opposite sides. So that makes a lot of sense to me. But for now, that'll be all. So we have a Discord server. You might know that, or if you don't know it, then now you do. So if you want to have a chat about, I just want to see why these, there we go, those lines were there. But if you want to have a chat and consider joining the Discord server, the link is in the description. There's a lot of people, like-minded people in there that we can talk to and share our screenshots, ideas, and suggestions for the cities as well. and everyone is welcome. It's a very friendly place, and it's quite nice to have everyone in there having a chat from time to time. But other than that, thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.